Well, I'm going to continue this. If you want to go back and get the video I just put up, you can. Um, the whole thing is, let me go back to this. Using chemicals on me, using my illness against me, where I have to move from one place to the other, and I only have a very small income. So it keeps me. I bought. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I bought two pair of pants and two shirts from Walmart about a month ago. The first clothes, other than four pair of panties at Walmart, that I had gotten in so long. Um, and they didn't cost. The pants were $6 a pair, and the shirts were about the same. Now then, I have tooth that the filling's out. I mean, it's bad. I can't eat on that side. My teeth are so bad. My eyes, my retina, and part of this, the whole thing, and hearing is because of being force fed. They use the ventilation system, or people think, well, geez, you're getting maid service that was at the Affordable Inn, and I put this on there, a letter from them after all these years when I refused to let them come in and, well, you can't. They were going to come in anyway. They were told to get me out. They sent me a letter that's so stupid that said OSHA required them to, well, they're no different than any of the rest of these that rent by the week or the month uh, corporate suites, and the rest of them don't have to do that, so they didn't either. They've been told to do it, and they've done things that are so hideous. I do wish the one, you can't see what they did with the chemicals. Well, I don't know, maybe you will one day. But the when I got the letter from over there at Corporate Suites, it's affordable corporate. This one was at Lakeside in Salem. Girl came in, Beth, that was the maid, and she says, I just met her. She says, well, we have to go to you for the American News reports. And I thought, well, she must have seen one of my videos. Well, you wouldn't believe it unless you saw it. She chased me with a vacuum cleaner, and she took my sheets and wouldn't give them back. And then as she started out the door, I'm leaving out the rest of it. Because this is the least of it, really. But it would be nice if the video came up. Then she chased. She started out, and she says, "This is the maid, mind you, housekeeper." She says, "Oh, it's lunchtime. I'm going to eat my lunch," and she says, "And I'm going to heat it in your microwave." She opened the door. She came back in. She threw her sandwich in the microwave, and then just before I left, she's the one that get on the floor, and I don't know what all they mixed and put on the. Anyway, I put it when they told me I had to leave, or they'd have, and I asked her, well, what if I don't leave? By the way, her daughter's name was Alexis, as like Alexis Murphy, the young girl that was had disappeared and supposedly murdered, that Randy Taylor's in jail for, and it's connected to the Morgan Harrington and the Hannah Graham. But it's connected. It's who's doing it, and anyway, so anyway, I had to leave from over there. And the last day I was there, because I don't doubt, there was an eviction notice. I've always paid my rent, even early if they would take it. But what's happened is that I've had to break lease on a couple of places. Retirement homes, when they were told, I'm going to go ahead and say it, Terry and Robert, God knows I'll be dead by night, I guess, if I'm not already. Who's the other one? Anyway, they're with the Marshal Service, or they change hats. People do nowadays. You think Secret Service is not tied to the FBI, the all the rest of it? They're really one agency anymore, like an international. And anyway, she said, "Well, you can come and pay your rent, but I'm not going to take it." And I said, well, what will you do? She says, I'll have you arrested and hauled off the property. And I didn't doubt her because this happened before when I paid a month. And this happened more than once. I'm just saying, referring to the one as an example. Back in '95, I had worked and saved, been able to get a job and saved 3,000, which to me I hadn't seen that, and I don't know when. Uh, and I have paid budget in, and I think it's owned by the same people where I'm at now. They're a family. Might as well go ahead. They're doing it to me. I've already put some of it up um, over the months and what's being done to me. But anyway, they're soaking me with chemicals because at budget in, I just moved in, paid for a month, and this has gone on and on. So now then I pay by the week. And look at me, I can lose it. I almost left yesterday and just paid it. And I don't know how I'm going to go from here. If I go to the woods to camp to have a place to be, they send Eric Smith and well, there's videos. They've locked me up in jail. They just don't tell what's really going on. So I'll leave it at that. They come out there and run me, and I've had people come up to Full Heart Knob where I was um, froze and starved, and they'd say, "Are you running from the law?" Well, I guess you could say that. The problem is I didn't break any laws. They were done to me. God knows if I had just a bit of my money that Elizabeth's using, much less all of it, or what's gone, or the money that's due me here in this country, I could really live pretty good, you know. Instead, I'm a pauper. I'm begging. People treat me like crap. But anyway, and the laws are still being broken. And if I'm rambling, I'm going to go to this. This morning, um, I see people go out and eat. They have nice clothes. They don't give me the time of day. They don't care what happened to me or anything. It's out of their way. So I'm at this place, the Budget Inn. Let me go back there before this goes off. That was back in '95, and this is an ongoing thing. So it's not that it just happened that once. I paid him for a month rent, and just a few days later, he shows up, and this is November, and it's cold up here. And he's going to come in and paint, and in my apartment, and I've told him, or in the room, it was kind of an apartment. I told him I was allergic to chemicals, and it made me deathly ill and all that. Well, it didn't matter to him. They were going to do it. So I called the cops. Well, the cop came out and he told me, and he pretended he was going to arrest me, and I don't doubt that he would because he said, and you know we will. And anyway, he told me I was the one that had to leave, and no, I wouldn't get any of my money back. So I had to leave, and by the time I got out and lost the things I'd put together, and my money was gone with cab and trying to find a place to stay, etc. So, but before I left, the owner of it, and I think his name was Patel or Shaw because they're all in it. It's a family here, and that's where I'm at right now. They own everything around here, and they all know about it. Have been involved in it over the years. But he said to me, the manager Budget Inn, and it's not there anymore. It's torn down. It was off, well, anyway, Lee Highway and Plantation. But anyway, he said to me when the cops left, he says, we're Americans now. We have to do what they tell us to do. Well, that's a lie. Nobody had to break the law just because the law told them to. No, 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 no. And because that I'm getting beat up, I don't know if the rest of the world, maybe if they saw a little old lady that can hardly walk and went back and showed what I've been through and what you've done to me, I don't know if that would look funny to them or not. It's certainly been funny to you all. But anyway, I'm going to have to leave here because I got up through the night was a living hell, and it has been since I've been here. But I've stayed. I don't have anywhere else to go, and my money's barely make it, and then sometimes I don't. That's why I've stayed here, so I could run out to the forest and put up a tent.